that funny.
Sounds good.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, wow. You're supposed to do that silently. But anyway, welcome to Monday Night Heroes. Tonight we have a very special edition of Monday Night Heroes, all the way from the Topeka area, flown in at great expense to the Microphones of Madness studios in beautiful Boston. We have Jon Hook.
Hey!
Sounds. And he's going to run the Yellow King. So
Cue clapping sounds.
Yes, we're going back to horror. It's been a while. So
yeah.
So before Jon starts, we're just going to ask everyone to introduce themselves because we have, here we go, because we have a voice from the past accompanying us. Like I said, it's a very special Monday Night Heroes. And with that, just everyone, we'll just start with the usual suspects. Rodney, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Rodney. I'm playing Ainsley Stanfield from Fort Worth, Texas.
Matt?
Pardon?
Just introduce your character. That's all.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. I had something on the stove. I am Dorian
Matt is
Pearl.
playing Dorian Pearl.
Yep. From Chagrin Falls, Iowa.
Nice.
Sometime poet. Oftentimes bon vivant.
Now, for the first time in goodness knows how long, Necole.
You present horror, and I come crawling from whatever rock I'm under.
It's true.
I'm playing Leslie Gibson. I don't know where Leslie's from, but I know I'm a portrait painter.
Ooh.
I'm Steve, by the way. I'm playing Lee Barnett, who is a landscape painter. And just to follow in, he'll be from Cross Plains, Texas.
All these Texas people.
And without further ado,
Perfect.
the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hook.
Thank you very much. I am Jon Hook, and I will be your pale-visaged keeper referee for tonight. All right. Yes, you guys are all Americans in Paris. You're students, you're art students. This is the early 1800s. It's a time period where Paris is just, beautiful, and it's the place to be in the world. It's the epicenter for art and art movement. And you kids all come from good homes and wealthy families and have kind of won the lottery in order to go away for your studies overseas into Gay Paris. So on each of your character sheets, you will see something called your Deuced Particular. This is like a dream or a memory or a strange thing that has happened to you. And I'd like for us to go around the table again and tell us what is your character's Deuced Particular. And then this is for the audience's sake. So after you tell us what it is, let us know, is this something that you have shared with your friends, or is this something that you're currently keeping private to yourself. So there'll be a little bit of, meta knowledge where players will have to kind of separate certain things. But so let's start with Rodney. Please tell us about what your deuce particular is.
There we go. Dang mute button. My deuce particular is vivid recurring dreams of the Tower of Babel. But the tower is made of masks and skulls. And
Nice.
I don't think I've told anyone, but being an architect, I've been making small architectural sketches on whatever scraps of paper I find. Kind of doodling.
Nice. That's great. That's awesome. I love that. Okay. All right. So that's what you've been seeing, and you've kept it to yourself. Awesome. Matt, Dorian Pearl, tell us about your deuce particular.
My deuce peculiar business is that I won't look in mirrors, because too often when I do, I see standing behind me my twin brother who died saving me from drowning on my 11th birthday. I do not talk about it, and usually respond to events of that nature occurring to me with heavy drinking.
Excellent. All right. I like that. Steve, you're playing
Lee Barnett.
Leah Barnett. Tell us about your deuce particular, please.
Well, I just can't stop painting this image of a lake, a black lake. Something off about it. It exists below this white sky, dotted with black stars. It's all I can paint, and there are canvases all over my rooms. I try to cover them up, but I'm sure that somebody has seen them.
Told anyone about this? Are you sharing these paintings with anyone?
I'm actually, as I am from Cross Plains and prefer action over talk. I have not mentioned it. It's just a sign of weakness, I think.
Okay. Awesome. And finally, Nico, playing Leslie Gibson.
Oh, Leslie's talked about their deuce peculiar business. Somebody's stealing my damn sketchbooks, and they keep poking the eyes out of my drawings. It's really starting to tick me off.
All right. So
someone keeps stealing my sketchbooks.
Keep your eyes open. Somebody's making off,
and they're ruining my work. I don't appreciate it.
All right. Awesome. So you guys are art students in Paris, and it's not like there's a formal campus or anything like this. Is really early days of higher education, and so it's just a variety of different buildings in different parts of the city. That's where certain studies and classrooms and things like that are taking place. So there aren't even like student housing or anything like that. There are certain districts that have buildings that have been accommodating and letting students, pay the rent and take over and live in these certain areas. And so a popular district for that. So for those not in the know, Paris is infamously broken up into a wide variety of districts. And for the benefit of our players, I have shared a map of Paris, and it shows all of the different districts. And district number 5 is a popular area that is pretty full of buildings and apartments that are affordable for American students, art students. So thinking about that, does anybody share accommodations? Is anybody adamant about having their own accommodations? What are your living conditions like?
Leslie would not be opposed to sharing with somebody.
Any
He lives
volunteers?
alone.
I'll room with Leslie if she keeps her stuff straight.
What do you mean keep my stuff straight? People messing with my stuff. I don't leave my stuff
loathe
anywhere.
this disorder, this jumble that you call your half of the apartment, your rooms.
I keep my filth on my side. It's organized chaos. You wouldn't understand.
Yes, there's like a ribbon that has very exactingly been stretched across the main room of this apartment. Like, this is my side, this is your side.
This is why I keep my own flat.
Yeah,
This
Dorian
is the
probably just
exact
has an
reason.
attic and like a flop house, basically, that just has his bed and maybe a bowl that he can pour water in and his clothes. Usually he's found in a bar or in a cafe or somewhere. He barely spends any time there.
Probably not above couch surfing occasionally.
He just kind of winds up where he winds up. He's sort of a stray cat.
He's that guy.
Exactly.
Nice.
I had a lovely night. What was your name again?
Who's
Awesome. I like it. Good setup.
Sure, your name isn't Preston? Sorry.
Okay. So the weekend is coming up. There won't be any classes, so it's Friday after class, and as on many evenings, especially on a Friday, you guys are all friends and familiar with each other, pretty close. You'll gather at this cafe and just kind of sit in the outdoor seating portion of the cafe. This is also a time period. There's a term for it, but I'm not going to worry about looking it up. But this is the time period where, especially in Paris, where people love to. It's basically cruising for the early 1800s, where people will get dressed up to the nines and go out in public for the sole purpose of just simply walking the busy, popular streets so that they can see the latest fashions and see people, and also to be seen. And so
it's French graffiti.
You're just basically kind of cruising around. Right, exactly. So you guys aren't necessarily into doing the cruising portion, but you certainly don't mind the people watching portion of that social the aspect, and doing so from a cafe is usually the best. It's pretty awesome to do that. So we're gonna raise the curtain and shine a light on our players, as it is just after dinner. You've basically had a light dinner at this cafe, and you're all drinking whatever it is that you're drinking, kind of chilling out here on the walk to where you can see all the people bustling around, and it's a beautiful evening. It's a nice, cool evening. Um, not too hot, not too cold. It's just perfect. Each of you have, in addition to these strange happenings, each of you have also started to have growing guilt rising within you as you keep having this sense, this feeling that you are responsible for something. Over the last few weeks, there have been rumors of a play that was not designed to be actually staged. It's one of these plays that's known as a closet play. It was written for the sole purpose of only being read and not performed. And this closet play is called The King in Yellow. And you have these feelings, these repressed feelings that somehow you participated in a critical way in the publication and distribution of this now literally outlawed by the government of France, this underground play. And normally something like that, being counterculture and against the government wouldn't bother you. But you're having these flashes of holding people at knife point and keeping them cowed as a group of other strangers run printing presses or are distributing these plays elsewhere. And it's just you played a critical role in some weird way of getting this printed and distributed, and now it is weighing on you. You feel like if an opportunity should arise, you need to suppress or destroy any of those copies if they should ever show up. But that's kind of gnawing on you as you're going into this weekend and you're sitting at the cafe with each other. How's that evening going for you?
That guy's shoes untied.
I am distracting myself with her horrendous dress over there. Oh my God, that's 2 years out of fashion.
I got a prank that says he falls over.
Do we know that each other are having these thoughts as well, or is that like up to us?
It's up to you.
I will say that Leslie does not think it's normal that she's having these feelings, but she also lives with a mildly insane roommate, so it could just be rubbing off. So she hasn't said anything.
Well, I think the only way to deal with this feeling of guilt is with another bottle of wine. I'm a motion for the garçon.
I'm looking at that one over there. I think she's had too much. She's definitely spilled some on herself. It's unfortunate.
No.
And her bustle's crooked.
It is.
Does anybody remember where these printings took place? Maybe we can go over there and throw a wrench in the process, so to speak. Just sitting around doing nothing about it just sticks in my craw. It makes me feel like I'm just doing nothing. It makes me feel worse.
Sure, it's not all in your head. I mean, I don't really remember anything like that.
Yeah, but
it's just rumors,
we all don't remember anything like that except for impressions. So something happened. Maybe it was blaming on the absinthe, but that just seems to be too much of a coincidence.
Dorian, as you're sitting here at the cafe and you're listening to Lee talking about trying to rally the troops into, we should try and do something about this, see if there's, where was it printed? Where did we distribute it? What's going on? You're absentmindedly looking out into the vast crowd of people that are moving by left and right, and the view of the crowds is ever shifting and ever changing. And as you're sitting there, just kind of sipping at your coffee and looking out into this crowd, almost absentmindedly, you see someone that seems to catch your eye, because someone is standing out there, and this is the modern 1800s, and yet someone is standing out there in a strange old jacket. It's a very light and pale colored jacket, and they've got a large powdered wig on, which is something that hasn't been in vogue for almost 100 years. Certainly it was before the French Revolution. But there's someone standing over there in this powdered wig, and their face, it seems almost like a flat affect, and their eyes look sunken and hollow, almost as if they're wearing a mask of some sort, but it doesn't quite look like a mask. And you keep getting glimpses of this person as crowds are moving left and right, but they're standing still across the boulevard. And as you finally get a clear glimpse, you can also see your brother soaking wet, water drooling and dribbling out of his mouth, slightly behind and hiding and peeking out from behind this person's jacket that looks quite tattered. And he makes a slow move to move one hand and then put it on the boy's shoulder, and then he protectively pushes the boy back behind him, pushes your brother back behind him. And as he does that, the crowd comes in and blocks your view again. And then when the crowd clears, that person with the powdered wig and the strange garb protecting your brother is gone. I need you to lose one composure, please.
Yipe.
As that happens, Necole, Leslie,
Mm-hmm.
Leslie,
Yes.
There seems to be a panhandler coming nearby, and he's in filthy rags, and he definitely has a smell about him. In fact, you smelled him before you saw him as he comes up, and he's kind of shaking a porcelain coffee cup, a little teacup in his hand, and in that teacup is a piece of linen paper, kind of curled up in the cup, and that linen paper has a glyph of some sort painted on it. And you see inside the cup this glyph that I've put into the chat. And you feel something. There's something about that glyph that brings up memories again of suppressing people at knife point, telling them to be quiet or die, as something is being printed or distributed. And as you look at this beggar, it suddenly dawns on you that you recognize this guy. And you realize, oh my God, that is Calvin Leith. Calvin Leith is exactly like you guys. Calvin is an American art student, but about 3 weeks ago, rumors were going around that he just simply vanished. And here he is. There's Calvin right there within arm's reach. And he just keeps kind of shaking this teacup and is slowly moving on, begging for change.
I reach for him. Calvin? Calvin, where have you been? We've been looking for you.
His eyes don't focus on you. And he seems to just kind of be looking up into the sky. And he's mumbling to himself. He seems to be saying something. Do you want to listen in?
I do.
He says, "It's so still. It's so black and still, like glass. That horrible dark waters below the white sky and black stars."
Leslie
Please
pauses
save me.
and then tries to take his arm to stop him from walking away. Calvin, are you okay?
He suddenly starts having a seizure. He's shaking and is collapsing into your arms. And he's mumbling some kind of address, numbers, and street name. He keeps mumbling it over and over again.
Can I make out the numbers that he's saying?
123 Main Street. He's giving an address. He's giving an address, and with your society, you recognize it as a address in the 4th district, Paris's 4th district.
Okay.
Which you do know, since your apartments are in the 5th district. If there is a shittier district in Paris, it's the 4th one.
Well, he certainly smells like it. Oh dear. Help! Someone! This man's in distress. Calvin, stay with me.
What are you on about?
This is Calvin, the one that went missing 3 weeks ago. Someone, he's clearly sick or something. Don't just look at me like that. Help me.
I don't know. Does anybody have any kind of like medical training, first aid?
I do have first aid, I believe.
Do you want to try and help Calvin?
I do.
Okay. Let's do a first aid. So first, it is easy to help him. The test is a 3. Do you want to spend anything?
Do I need to roll above or below it?
Equal to or better than.
Okay. Since I recognize this person, I will spend a point.
Okay. A 1 point spend. Go ahead and roll the die and tell me what roll the number, add the 1. You rolled a 2?
So I rolled a 2, so +1 is 3.
Good. So rolling a 2 and adding the 1 is a 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's exactly what you needed. You have successfully also reduced your number on your first aid, so you have 1 less now. Okay. You have successfully calmed Calvin down. He is the seizure has abated, and he is breathing normally, shallow but normal, and he has basically kind of whispered out that address in the 4th district.
I keep a mental note of that. I'm more concerned with him currently. So I want to at least get him off the streets. And
All right, I'll help you bring him back to the table.
Hey, you can bring him to the cafe table, and he's seated up, and he kind of seems to have a bit of a lucid moment, and he pushes the cup forward, and he says, "Change."
I will take the piece of paper and I will put a coin in his change.
Okay. All right. So you have that glyph in your pocket, and as the change rattles in the porcelain, he seems to pay attention to that, and he nods his head and is repeatedly going, "Thank you, thank you, oh, thank you, thank you." He pulls the cup forward and scoops his dirty fingers in through the cup and gathers the change and stuffs it deep into his pocket. And he seems to be almost like falling asleep, sitting in this chair.
Well, that seems reasonable after having a seizure with the first aid knowledge that I have. So, I think we need to find a doctor. Do you guys know where? I maybe we can find one. I don't really know the area that well.
My pa's a doctor back in Texas.
That's not really helping us.
That
right
probably
now,
doesn't help, does it?
Right. So, I will leave him there with them and go inside and see if I can make headway with somebody to find where a doctor is.
Okay. All right. What are you guys doing with Calvin?
Making sure he stays breathing.
You should also make sure you're still breathing too, because Calvin smells horrible.
He stank.
Yes. Quite aware.
Yeah, so Calvin is he seems to be kind of nodding in and out, and he's like, I must be going. The lake, stars, black stars, and he starts to clamber.
I grab him by the shoulder and say, "Lake, black stars. Hold on, Calvin.
An unearthly stillness. Don't go near the edge."
Where is this lake?
And he starts looking up, and then he starts to peer into another direction. You see him peering into that direction. You realize that he's looking in the direction of the island in the city. I can't say it in French, but Paris has a small, something like that. But there's
Notre Dame is on
yes. The river Seine winds its way through the city, and there is an island, pretty much dead center of Paris. And yes, Notre Dame is on that island. And Calvin seems to be peering in fear in that direction.
Yeah, Catholics are pretty scary, aren't they?
Leslie, as you go inside, you are able to gain information about basically a local neighborhood doctor who's not too far away and is almost always open for business, or depending upon the severity, can be reached. And if it's truly severe, they have experience of getting patients transported to a larger facility. So as you get that information and you guys are out there, sitting with Calvin, it's as if Calvin's body is struck by lightning. He bolts and runs into the crowd to try and disappear, and he starts screaming, "I'll never go back! I'll never go back!" And as he does so, Leia, something clatters to the ground right at your feet. Calvin has dropped something.
Oh,
Hello.
Lee. It's Lee.
Lee. Oh,
Leia's
Lee.
a space princess.
That's right. Listen, they gave
Or
all these
Flower
characters
Garland.
terrible names for me.
It's the plans to the
I
Death
think
Star.
they help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are my only hope, mon ami. Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab. I'm gonna grab whatever dropped.
Okay. It's a bracelet. It looks like it's some kind of handmade string bracelet with like decorative stones or something on it. Polished stones.
If I were to use art history, can I? Do I recognize anything about this bracelet?
Yes. So as you kind of apply your art history mind to it, you can tell that this is an unusual bracelet. The jewels, for lack of a better term, the stonework on it, it seems very unusual, strangely polished and yet also porous. You are unsure of what its make is, but there seems to be almost a feeling of warmth to it as it runs up your thumb and up your arm, and it's giving you ill feelings. I need you to make a composure test. It is a difficulty 3. So it's a fairly easy
Oh well, I'm
composure test. Do you want to spend any points?
nah.
Okay,
Not
so
yet.
you need to roll a 3 or better.
I rolled a 5.
Okay,
That's what
excellent.
happens when you use an appropriately colored die.
That's right. That's right. All right. Yeah, there's something unnerving about this, but
I will, however, take a napkin and wrap it in the napkin so I don't have to touch the damn thing.
okay. All right. Wrap it in a napkin, stuck it in your pocket.
Yep.
Was the address that guy was giving, was it specifically in the Ile de la Cité?
I
Or
haven't
was it
told you
just
guys
on the
address
other
yet.
side? Oh, I thought he was saying it to, I thought he said it to Steve's character.
I don't know if you guys heard him or not, because he was saying it when I was helping him during the seizure.
Oh,
He
okay.
probably was still mumbling it when Leslie went inside. Alvin was probably still mumbling it between lucid moments, and so it is. It's an area inside the 4th district, the 4th neighborhood,
And we live in the 6th, right?
5th.
5th. And what was I gonna? And the Ile de Paris is, so we live in 5 and 4. Where the fuck is 4?
Where's on the
Oh,
other
4's
side?
across the river from 5.
Yeah, the Ile de la Cité is right in the
Oh, there
middle
it
of
is.
the
It's
river.
like right there.
Yeah.
So he could have been looking at the eel, or he could have been looking at the 4th district, right?
Could have been.
From where are we in the 5th district now?
I'm actually pulling up the map. So I've got it separate here. I'm going to say you guys are probably in the 1st. You're in the 1st district. That's the center of Paris. That's, all the fashionable and cool stuff is going on. So he was looking towards the island, not towards the 4th district.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I'll take this time to go, look, this guy mentioned a lake, a black lake under a white sky, dotted with black stars. I didn't tell you guys this because I felt like I was kind of losing it, but that's all I can paint right now. That's it.
That's
I need to get to the bottom of this, or I'm just going to go crazy.
So you think Cal's hallucination is connected? Think he's mumbling? Maybe it's something that you both encountered before. Maybe something in a book, something you read.
Maybe. Would we have remembered if Cal was part of the posse that was producing and distributing the Yellow King?
Yes. In your vague memories, Cal has shown up in those vague memories, but never really tight with you guys. It's almost as if there were several different groups, and in passing, you've seen and recognized that face.
I will bring this up that I've seen Cal in my like fever dreams of these events.
Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry. My apologies, Lee, but it's a bit wild.
It is a bit wild, but it's more to go on than I had before. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm heading towards plot address.
But why was he looking out toward the cathedral? Maybe
Don't
something about your black stars there.
I thought he was looking towards the 4th district.
No, we're in the 1st. That would be if we were in the 6th. That was my assumption. Our own.
Our stomping grounds.
Right.
Well, you know what? Either one.
Well,
to be honest.
I mean, we got to cross the bridge to get there, so no, we don't. We'll take the avenue along the river, and it'll take us to the 4th district, and we'll take a look at the island and see if there's anything weird as we go by.
Thank you.
Think what? Where's Calvin?
He had a split. No,
What do you
seriously,
mean?
I don't know what's wrong with Cal, but I mean, he bolted upright like an oak and took off into the crowd.
That can't be good. The man just had a fit.
Is he heading in a similar direction?
Calvin, when he bolted and disappeared into the crowd, if he kept going straight like an arrow, he would be flying towards the 4th district.
Aha.
Well, Who's got the
Well, if he's
tab?
headed towards the 4th, I think I know where he was going. He was going to 123 Main Street. At least that's the address he kept saying.
May I use my art history or architecture to remember street plans of Paris?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'd like to calculate a route roughly to 123 Main Street that maybe we could, that's quicker than the one he appears to be taking.
Okay. I like it. Is your intention, you think, to try and get there before him?
Yeah. If we take the shorter route, maybe we can head him off.
At the pass?
Head him off at the pass.
It's a good Texas saying.
I like it. I like it. Is that something that you want to spend a push on to do so?
Why the hell not? Let's do it.
All right. Mark off one of your 2 pushes.
Aye.
Okay.
Before we get started,
following
1 second,
Ainsley's...
Dorian just says, one moment, and ducks across the street and then goes into another shop and comes back and rejoins you guys holding a bottle of wine and a cigarillo that he got from the tobacconist. Okay, now I'm ready.
Excellent. Yes, be well prepared.
You gotta stock up.
Well, I hope you brought plenty to share.
Hands over the bottle.
Awesome. So, following Ainsley's unerring instructions, you're able to thread your way through Paris, down a couple of alleys that ends out cutting the time it would normally take to get to a certain destination by quite a bit. And so as you get to, you're on Main Street, we'll just keep calling it Main Street. As you get onto Main Street and you arrive at the address, you can see that it is like a 4-story walk-up apartment. You're in a really, really terrible, shady portion of the city, an older portion of the city. The buildings are very close together. They have a little bit, it appears that they seem to have a little bit of a lean to them. Like, oh, is that completely safe? Who knows? But as you're outside on the street, which is fairly deserted, you hear a shuffling coming up, and from out of one of the shadows, paying absolutely no mind to any of his surroundings, comes Calvin. As he kind of just shuffles over a bit, and he's mumbling to himself, and is making a beeline for this building that you're standing in front of. What do you guys do?
Well, he's not dead. That's a start.
So he's walking like directly toward us, but it's not like he's registering we're here.
Right. He's hunched over, his feet shuffle. He's, got his tattered clothing kind of bundled up around his shoulders and neck. And he seems to be, talking to himself, muttering, and he's looking at the ground, looking at his feet as he shuffles and walks, It almost looks like he's in one of those perpetual like stumbles, like goddamn, is he going to fall to the ground? But he never falls to the ground. He's always good at keeping his feet from under him, and he just keeps plodding forward and shuffling forward. And as he reaches the steps to ascend to the main front door.
Okay, I'll step to one side to give him a clear path, just in case we don't need him falling on the stairs.
Okay. He takes the steps, goes to the main front door, opens it up, and goes inside. Are you guys following?
I do.
Yeah.
All right. This is an apartment building, so it's one of those places where that main front door, it leads to a communal series of hallways and stairs that, each floor, each level has like 4 apartments. And so he makes his way to the stairwell. The stairwell is very narrow, with odd angles and things, and he just kind of starts shuffling his way up. The interior of this building is dingy, filthy. There seems to be an odor about it. The floors and walls are tiled. It's just thousands of these little 4-inch by 4-inch square tiles, and over the years, it's gotten more, through cigarette smoke and stuff. It's just these white tiles have gotten more and more dingy. They all have this like really awful, yellow stain to them. And there's a few, black tiles interspersed. And so he begins to ascend these stairs, and you're just seeing a little, puffballs of filth as his feet kick up dirt and things on the stairs, as he just starts working his way up, and he's going ascending up, and he ends up climbing all 4 sets of stairs. He gets to the top level, the 4th level, and he is approaching apartment number 2. He seems to be digging in his pocket to try and pull something out.
White tiles with a couple of black tiles in here. I mean,
yep, there seems to be a few black tiles every now and then.
Have you ever been in this building before, Lee?
But have I?
No.
No. But assuming that he's getting his key out, I'm going to get ready to, when he goes in the apartment, stick my foot in the door.
Okay.
Before he's able to lock it shut.
All right. Yes, he pulls out his key, and he is kind of leaning on the door as he's trying to fumble it into the lock. You can finally hear the key slides in, and he cranks it over. And as the door opens, the door swings open because of his weight pushing on it. And he goes kind of stumbling into the room. The keys are still in the door lock. The door swings wide. Calvin stumbles forward and crashes his body onto a small sofa, and plants himself face first into this sofa, arms and legs spread akimbo, as he just kind of crashes onto this couch, and the door is just flung wide and is wavering there, key still in the lock. The apartment is an absolute pigsty. There are sheets of paper, small sheets of paper, literally all over the place. The couch that Calvin landed on, he landed face first into a pile of papers. Papers scattered as he basically crashed onto the couch, and some papers just kind of fluttered about and flitted here and there. There are papers plastered to the walls, but not completely. They're just kind of like plastered at the top edge, and so it's as if the walls themselves are breathing as these thousands of little sheets of paper flutter with a breeze that kind of comes through the room, and they just kind of all flutter a little bit. So the walls almost look like they're moving and breathing. The floors are covered in sheets of paper, and then you can see on like the coffee table, and then in the little kitchenette, there's like a built-in, almost like a little pony wall dividing the living room from this little tiny kitchenette of a room. There's papers all over, but some of these papers have also been fashioned into little sculptures. Leslie, you recall that Calvin was a architectural student. In fact, Ainsley, you are also familiar with Calvin's work. Ainsley, you know that Calvin was basically building his thesis, for lack of a better term. He was building a thesis on the study of Notre Dame. And these little sculptures, paper mache sculptures that are, on the kitchenette bar and on the coffee table and, on this little side table, and also one built on like a little chair in the corner of the room. There's just little sculptures, building sculptures kind of all over the place. And these little paper mache buildings, they also all have like twinkling lights going on inside them.
Well, that's odd. Are they is there an order to their arrangement?
No. Every sculpture, every little building sculpture is the same building, resculpted and resculpted and resculpted over and over again. It is miniature versions of Notre Dame.
Oh. Well, he was really obsessed with that church.
Weird.
These are kind of nice. I like the twinkly little lights. What's that? How is that happening?
As you squat to kind of look in, you can see that there are small candles inside these little paper sculptures, and they're burning down. But yeah, he lit little candles inside these things.
Well, that's interesting.
It's not dangerous at all.
Who was it that was looking inside the building, inside the little sculpture?
Ainsley.
So as you squat and look down and kind of peer into this sculpture, and you see this small candle flame flickering about and everything, it dazzles your eyes, and you see you blink to kind of get that dazzle out of your eye, but as you blink and rub your eyes and look into this miniature building, inside the miniature building you see a vision of walls, church walls bleeding, and you can hear the screams of souls being tortured. I need you to make a difficulty 4 composure test. Do you want to spend any points on this?
I'm going to put a 2 on it.
Okay, spend 2 points, roll your die.
Total of 6.
All right. Okay. Okay. Just double checking. Yes. With that success, you suffer nothing. But yeah, you just had this brief vision of church walls bleeding and the sound of souls screaming.
That's strange. Maybe there's some kind of mold in here.
I check on Calvin. Is he still breathing?
Yes, he is breathing. He's hyperventilating.
I don't know if he can hear me, but I try to calm him down.
Okay. I'm going to try and calm him down.
I do have reassurance.
You do have reassurance. Yes. You are able to soothe him, and his breathing slows to a normal pace.
He's definitely been an absinthe. I'm just guessing. That's just my guess. He's been absent.
Are you sure?
Do I look like a doctor?
You look like his pop.
Orion, what are you doing?
Probably
These
blowing out.
these sheets of paper that are everywhere, there seems to be
Yeah.
writing on them.
Oh, maybe I'll read those. I was thinking about blowing out some of those candles so we don't burn the place down, but my breath may be a little incendiary.
Say you may catch on fire in the process.
Poof! What happened to Dorian? Yeah, I'll pick up some papers and read and see what this guy was about.
Okay. So yeah, as you start looking at these papers, a chill settles over you as you realize that these are all pages from that play, The King in Yellow, that you feel like you guys participate in its printing and or distribution of. I need you to also give me a level 4 composure test.
Okay.
Do you want to spend any points?
Yeah, I'm going to drop 2 points from my pool.
2 points. Awesome.
That would be a 6. I rolled a 4. Man, I just blew 2 points for no reason.
Nice.
Keep some
Yes,
mind.
you feel a little bit of a chill, but you're like, oh my god, these are pages from the play.
I'll show them to everybody else. This is the play. This is the play that we think we distributed. Maybe.
Are you
or
sure?
not. Maybe it was a dream. It seems to be. I'm going to start gathering the pages up.
Yeah.
Take a page and read it. Why not?
Just don't perform it.
Okay, Leslie, you take a page and you also read it. Check it out.
I do, and
I
roll
would need
composure?
you. Yep, a difficulty 4 composure test. Do you want to spend any points?
no. I'm looking at my
No.
drive. No.
All right.
I got a 5.
Let's roll that die. Oh, very nice. All right. You got through that. Very good. Awesome. Lee, what are you doing?
I probably would be looking at the papers as well.
All right. Level 4 composure test. Or difficulty 4. I mean.
Okay. I'll spend a point. So a total of 6. I feel
All right. Very good.
Dorian.
Yeah, you guys are all, definitely getting through this quite easily. Ainsley, you were looking through and into those sculptures.
Yeah.
As you were doing so, now that you've had that vision, you now smell something. You were assuming that you were going to smell like a soot or like a burning, but instead you smell a rot. You smell some sort of like there's some kind of something that's spoiled.
Ugh. What is that? Do y'all smell that
You
too?
may give me you may give me a difficulty 4 sense trouble test to see if you can pinpoint the source of the foul smell.
Alrighty. I am. And you said it's a difficulty 4?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try this one without a spend.
Okay.
Nope. Rolled a 3.
All right. You're unsure of where it's located, and as I mentioned before, no one else will be able to locate where it's at. So there is a with Ainsley bringing it up to everyone's attention. Now everyone does. They are aware, like there's an underlying background smell of rot and decay, and you're unsure of where the source is.
Figure it's this place. I mean, look at it.
I start looking around.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's on those papers?
It seems like it's that play, the King in Yellow.
Yeah. The one we think we had some sort of part in.
It's
At least I do.
thing.
Did we ever talk
I
about
say that, and I say that with my ass in the air as I'm looking under his couch.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the walls and stuff too and see if I can spot a secret compartment or just kind of
I'm
knock
just trying to
on
see
the
if I can
walls.
find the smell.
Okay. So this apartment, you guys are still in the front room. It's the living room, the little kitchenette. There is a very short hall. This apartment building is new enough that that each apartment does have its own private washroom, but there's no shower or anything. It's just literally it's a commode and sink, and that's it. Little 2-piece bathroom and a single small bedroom in the back. The hallway is 4 feet long. It's a very, very tiny short hallway.
Roll this bedroom.
Right. And yeah, so checking Calvin's bedroom is well, in fact, as you check the bedroom, who is checking the bedroom?
That's me.
It
It is I, Lee.
Go with you.
is, yes, it is I, Lee. Lee, there doesn't seem to be much in here that you're able to give heads or tails on.
What is his bedroom like? What is it? Just a general.
It has
anything outstanding in there?
Yeah, it has a single cot style bed. No, it's as filthy and garbaged up as the rest of the apartment. There's the same papers from the play, stuck to the walls and everything. You do see. I will give this to you, Lee, as you're in the bedroom. There's a small bowl on a dresser. And in that bowl are more of the little black stones that match what was threaded onto that bracelet that's in your pocket.
So he's collected them. And they're that thing, they just look polished but pocked.
They're polished, and yet they also seem to have a sense of porousness to them. There's just something about it. It has a little bit of a look and a little bit of a feel of stone, of earth mineral, but there's something about it that tells you that it's not an earth mineral, that it's not a stone, and you just can't put your finger on what it is exactly.
If I use natural history, can I put a finger on there?
Yes. applying your natural history, this has a feeling of bone, as if it was some kind of polished bone.
Does it appear, they're black, does it appear to be dyed?
It does appear to be dyed, and you're unsure of what the dye is. It's not. It's nothing that you're familiar with artistically.
Okay, that was my other using art history to see that. But continuing on the natural history check, can I tell what kind of bone it is?
You cannot tell, but maybe a push could give you more information.
Okay, well then let's do that.
All right. So you can spend a push. You feel confident that this is a bone, although you can't imagine from what kind of creature that this bone would have come from. The density feels all wrong to be bone, yet everything else about it tells you that it's bone. And with the push, you feel like as your thumb kind of rubs against this, you're like, there's a warmth to this, and you're like, almost as if, and then a chill runs down your spine as this was stained in blood, in a very dark, almost black blood that has given it this luster.
Yeah.
I need you to give me a new level 4 composure test.
Okay, well, I guess I'll spend a point on that. Oh no, that's not going to happen.
That is a
That's
failure.
A 3.
All right, so so this is a margin. So your failure was by 1, correct?
Yes.
All right. So by only having a margin of 1, a -1, you will have a minor shock. If your margin had been a 2, a -2 or higher, it would have been a major shock. But as it is, it's a minor shock. And in the chat, I will give you your shock card. And it is...
Hey, lay it on me.
Shock
it to
me. It is
me.
unease. It is unease. So for the listeners, read that out.
A question. I will, but do you pick these randomly, or
no?
do you know which ones you're giving
this
us?
scenario is written, and it tells me when certain things are encountered, what tests to make, and what the penalties for failure are.
Okay. So this is unease. It is a shock.
So I'm looking at the scenario, and I know exactly what to give you.
The text is, your next presence or focus test takes a -1 penalty, then discard.
You will notice on your general abilities, in parentheses next to them, some general abilities are physical, some are presence, and some are focus. A focus is a general ability that is, it rides the line. It's a little bit of mental and a little
All right, well, that's
bit physical. And that is a
ability.
focus test. Presence are mental tests, and physical is physical. Yep.
Yeah,
So yeah, 2/3 of your tests, presence or focus, will have a -1 penalty. But then after your next one, and you've had that penalty, you can then discard unease and go back to 0 cards.
Right, because when I fail that next composure test,
That's right. That's right.
Because of the -1 penalty.
That's right. Hey, you gotta spend over.
Gotta make up for the loss.
Come that then, right? Awesome. Okay.
Could I use my Belles Lettres investigatorial ability?
Yes. What do you want to do with that?
I'm looking at the print copy of the play and looking at the kerning of the letters and how it's been printed. And printing presses in the early 19th century all had sort of a certain character because the typefaces were handmade. This is me also using my miscellany
Correct.
skill. So they're kind of unique to the press. Can I get an idea of what press printed this specific copy of the play? Because I maybe might know where that is.
Yes. So yeah, I'm going to say that the press that printed this is most likely the exact same one that is known for printing this rag that gets distributed usually for free, and it's a small newspaper that prints propaganda and
It's Car Shopper.
yeah, exactly. And so it's trying to raise fears and turn the public, try and turn the public against each other, that kind of thing.
But we know where their offices are and where the press is.
So yeah,
correct?
there you go.
That might be our next stop.
Yes. Awesome.
Does Calvin
yes.
have a view of Notre Dame from here?
Calvin does have a view of Notre Dame. So as you look through the window and between the buildings and, really kind of focus your vision, you can see one of the two main spires of Notre Dame, and you can see just a portion, a sliver of the giant rose window as well. But enough to go, that's definitely Notre Dame.
Figures.
And all of the sculptures, they seem to focus on the spires and the rose window. They also focus on the gate work. So the exterior of Notre Dame is infamous for having this like wrought iron gate work. It's like a facade applique to the building in many places where it's just real decorative, but then there are these gates and they depict souls. So the loving souls are being admitted to the gates of heaven, and then there are other gates that lead to the gates of hell, and sinners are depicted parading in for that gate. And so those gates, I believe it's on the western face of the building. Those are also kind of depicted in these paper mache sculptures. Ainsley will recognize that these paper mache sculptures have those gates wildly out of proportion. They are depicted in his little sculptures much larger than they would be in scale-wise in real life.
Equally repeating, or is he focusing?
Equally repeating, yeah. In every one of his little sculptures, he's inflated and made much more prominent and important those gates.
But he's
iron
not
gates.
Right, so he's not focusing on one over the other.
Correct. Okay. It's the pair of them are part of one artistic display.
Okay.
It's like a 3-dimensional display on the side of the building. Even though they're called gates, they're not something that a person would actually walk through because they're on the side of the building. But they depict this imagery of sinners and saints going to either heaven and hell. Calvin wakes up and he pushes himself up and he begins to smack his lips and scratches his belly and scratch his butt, and he pulls his shoes off and barefoot he begins to trudge his way almost in a almost like a sleepwalking mode. He's trudging his way towards his bedroom, scratching at his ass and starting to pull at his clothing to pull it up over his head.
Okay. One more quick question about the sculptures.
Yes.
Is he using pages of the play as the material for the paper mache?
He is.
Ah.
He is. The pages are everywhere. They've been pinned to the walls, and whatever glue or gum that he's using as the paper mache holding material, little dabs of it are also what's stuck to the walls, so that these little leaflets are almost like dragon scale all over the walls. And as the breeze comes through, they're just kind of riffling on the walls, giving that weird effect of the walls breathing.
Calvin? Are you okay?
He's standing in the open doorway of his bedroom, and he looks back. He doesn't seem overly perturbed or disturbed or surprised that there are, from his perspective, strangers in his apartment. And he just kind of looks at you, and he says, as he looks at you, he nods and says, "Yes, I think all will finally be good." I'm looking forward to going to the shores of Carcosa. Please, I would like you to join me there.
Don't think I've ever heard of that place.
Is it near Ibiza?
All roads lead to Carcosa. All
So
roads.
it's in Italy?
Yes, all roads lead to Carcosa. And he enters into his bedroom and shuts the door.
Well, that
Poor
was
Lee.
unsettling.
That's right, Lee's still in there.
Lee, are you going to stay in the bedroom with him?
Guy walks in,
No.
collapses on his bed in front of you.
Because he is pulling the rest of his clothing off.
Yeah, I'm out. Bye.
Okay. And shut the door behind you.
Well, anything interesting in there?
Besides him taking his clothes off?
Yeah, I'll let them all know about the bone beads.
Did you take any, or did you leave them in the bowl?
I leave them in the bowl because I have some
Okay.
ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that
that-
reminds me. And I pull out the symbol to show them because I never showed it to them.
What is that?
I was in that cup he was holding.
Does that symbol ring any bells with my occultism investigative ability?
It does. As you look at it, you realize that is intimately tied to the King in Yellow play.
Aha. That's tied
There's
to the very
something
play
about
that
that.
we're all
It's almost as if
seemingly-
it's a herald. Yes, a herald of Carcosa.
It's all tied together. The play, the symbol, the beads, the naked guy, this bottle of wine. Nah, not this bottle of wine. But I'm going to drink it
But
anyway.
that bottle of wine.
Maybe you don't need any more of that wine.
Well, we could go to Notre Dame, or we can go check out the printing press.
Bet you know where the printing press is?
I believe I do.
Would Notre Dame be on the way to the printing press from where we are?
Yes, it is definitely on the other side of the singing. Is it scene or sign?
Sen.
Sen. It was neither.
Sen.
It was neither.
Listen.
The Sen.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, it is
until
on the
there were
other
a
side of the
lot.
Sen.
I don't know if the French consider rivers to be masculine or feminine. So
I do not know.
Not in the
Languages
presence
are
of the one Frenchman that I know. So
Yeah, they did a massive
definitely.
cleanup on that river, and you can safely swim in it now. It's like one of the few urban rivers you can.
Hmm.
There's my miscellaneous skill coming into play.
In real life.
there you go.
There it is.
In real life.
But this is like the late 1800s where you can't.
No, it was filthy then. Just disgusting. Dead bodies, human waste.
Yeah, massive shit. Everything, just shit. In
Well, I
every
do
sense of that word.
I do think we
80%
should
urine.
stop by the Notre Dame on the way to the printing press, because our friend is really enamored of these particular architectural features.
Leslie.
Yeah.
yes,
Leslie.
Oh, no, I'm Lee. Sorry.
yes.
No, I'm talking to Leslie. Leslie, as your group is kind of standing in the, living room / kitchenette front portion of this, microscopic apartment, your eyes will occasionally flick down the hallway with some concern on Calvin. He's definitely been acting strangely, of course. And as you look down the hallway, your eye first catches a drift of movement in front of the door, and you realize it is a small dark ribbon of smoke, and then your nose catches the smell of burning.
Oh no! And I run towards the door.
Okay.
Leslie's not very.
As you approach the door, you can see before you touch or do anything, you can see light, a lot of light flickering from under the doorway. What do you do?
I yell fire, and I don't know how well she can do it, but she's gonna try to kick the door open. Fire!
Okay.
It's not fire.
All right. You need a difficulty 2 athletics test. The only way you'll fail is
I'll
with a
spend
1.
on that.
I should have mentioned this earlier when we were talking rules. When you do a skill test, even if you've spent points, if you roll a natural 1, you are going to fail. A 1 will always
I'll save
fail.
that point then. That's a 3.
Okay, yeah, you smash that lock. It was quite flimsy. The door crashes open, and you end out giving a huge gulp of air into this room as the flames explode even larger, and you can see in the room a naked Calvin kneeling on his bed. The bed is fully aflame. His floors and walls are fully aflame. He's kneeling on his bed. You can see his flesh bubbling and popping and sloughing off, exposing the muscle underneath before it also begins to darken and burn. And as Calvin is there on his knees, nude, he looks up, hands up in the air, and he smiles at you, and it's almost as if his head is a jack-o'-lantern. The firelight has already made it inside of Calvin, and you can hear Calvin's voice as he says, "Join me on the shores of Carcosa." I need you to give me a difficulty 5 composure test.
Oh boy. I will spend 2 points on that.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 plus 2. That's 7. So yeah, I passed out.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, no, you're good. So yeah, you have no ill effects from this other than holy shit, that's awful. And
I
there
quickly
you go.
shield myself from the flames and back because that is disturbing.
Yeah,
You see her cover her mouth. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you gave that room so much oxygen, the flames are almost like an animal crawling out on the floors and walls and ceiling. And as it's creeping and consuming and eating more and more of the apartment, what do you guys do?
I rush back towards them. Go! Fire! It's spreading fast!
GTFO.
Yeah, time to run.
All right, you guys all escape the apartment?
Yeah, in fact, I will be running down the hallway yelling fire as I go in case there are other people here.
Okay.
Dorian lights his cigarillo that he's been carrying around.
Of course.
Leisurely follows everybody else out.
Nice.
He just pulls a burning page off the wall. Lights a cigarette.
So exciting.
He's a fucking Pink Panther.
He's been in France for way too long.
So jaded.
And now
Awesome.
I die.
All right. Yes, so your alerts are helpful. All of the apartment denizens are able to escape and get out. And there's a huge crowd of not only this building's tenants, but all of those nearby surrounding buildings, and all those people come out, flood the streets, and you can hear in the distance the clanging of bells as the fire brigade is rushing to come and put this out. But by the time you're street side, the upper 2 floors of this building are just a fucking candle. And there you go. And we're going to draw today's episode to a close there.
Ooh.
With the image of Leslie dry heaving on the sidewalk because
Nice.
I'm the only one that saw that.
Yep.
Cue the clapping sounds.
Cue the clapping sounds. Clapping
Yeah.
sounds.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a lot
Tons
of
of fun.
Oh,
Tons
so much fun.
of fun.
I missed this.
Fatality.
Not yet.
But I
That's
did. I
next
had
week.
to say it. I missed this.
That's next
I can
week.
say it now.
So now all that is left to say is thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks you guys for playing. A special thanks to John for running this. We'll be doing this again next week, and hopefully there will be blood that is not soaked in these little bones, but like splattered writ large.
There's
So,
charred blood.
Probably not
upstairs.
that kind of game. So with that, good night.